Welcome to Papa John's World. Oh, it's day after Thanksgiving. Ooh, I ate too much, but I can live with that. Here's our bundler. We painted it, still wet, and that orange paint stinks to high heaven. Holy cow. I've been running my exhaust fan in the shop, and it's pretty cold outside. It was about 29 this morning, and I think it's about 36 right now. So the paint's not drying real well. I wanted to go through and put this together with you so you had a better idea how it all works. So there's a little set collar here just to hold. It just holds a distance and mainly clears this tapered lip. Okay, and this has been built up and machined, and I've washed it down this morning with brake clean and wiped it off, and then took emery cloth and went over it lightly just to make sure it was clean, and because it is really a tight fit. And you can see in this, I got a little overspray in here. I'm going to wash it out and run a flapper wheel on a die grinder through it to help clean it up. That paint out of the inside of it. Yeah, it's a little orange paint. So remember what I said about the spokes? If it works, it's only permanent unless it works. Or it's not permanent unless it works. Well, it must have worked. And now it's permanent. My wife says, that's going to cut somebody's finger off. She might be right. The thing I'll do is, I won't bundle wood with anybody around. Just me and Grandma. And I think people will learn to stay away from that. I like making stuff, but man, I hate painting it. I just in my wheelhouse. Let's see here how wet that still is. It's pretty nasty in there. We'll start with an old one. There's a little grease in there too, and I left the grease in there on purpose. That paint doesn't stick to grease real well. So, in fact, if you have a motor nameplate and you're painting a motor, if you can just put a little bit of grease on the nameplate, and then paint it, you can always wipe the paint right off. Oh, that's pretty good. And this edge is machined also straight or square with the bore. Yeah, this looks pretty good actually. So this is a flapper wheel on a die grinder, and it's probably 80 grit. Yeah, it says right there 80. Well, let me get that where you can see it. 80 grit, and it's got a direction arrow. And this is just a die grinder. They're a little noisy. We'll get in there and just clean that out a little bit. That flapper wheel will leave little fine dust in there. We don't want none of that. So we're going to wash that out. I took a little brake clean on that greaser and clean that off. Clamp that on. See that? I think that'll be enough. I'm gonna just smear that around. little bit right there. Now we did add another weight there, so those weighed about 3 pounds a piece, and I needed a little under 9 pounds of counterbalance with a 1,000 foot roll, and I think I'm gonna buy the 1,500 foot roll. So each one of these weighed 3, and this one I didn't weigh it, but I just machined it out and I drilled a 3/4 hole in it to put it in the lathe, and I just lightened it up just a little bit. And it was working fine, but I think this even worked better. Previous bundles with Sala string, like baling twine, and it works. It's just super hard on your hands, and the bundles don't have a very good travel. It doesn't, even if you ratchet them up to get them tight, when you bundle them, they're still, after you bounce them around a little bit, one piece of wood moves and the whole bundle starts to get loose. This one, if a piece of wood moves, the shrink wrap just kind of keeps tightening down on it. So it really works well. I just wish there was a different kind of shrink wrap. Okay. Now we'll put a little bit more grease in her. I like 2 pumps would be plenty there. And greasy rags everywhere. It looks like it's stuck to the paint. Great. I should just give this some time to let the paint dry, but I have a little problem. My firewood stand at the end of the road has 2 bundles left in it. And I don't know, hunting season's over in Colorado, so business may slow down now quite a bit. Yeah, that works. Takes the paint and everything though. We'll touch it up after we get it on. Okay, we have one other part to put on that. Shuts down. Okay. Now we're just going to level that up. And it probably doesn't need to be exactly perfect. It can be. So that can move slightly. And the way that's tightened is when it slid in here. It just has 2 nuts welded onto that, and I want to push it up slightly and make sure it's tight, and then cinch that down. And okay, Looks like I'm pretty level right there. Okay. Okay. Now this does move separate from. Oh, now it's getting loose enough to turn on its own. Yeah. Let's get the belt put on it. This is a 100-inch belt, and I did have to buy that, and it was $34 at Napa. So I know I bought the steel for other stuff. The pipe was not very much. It was like 50 cents a foot 10 years ago. Not very expensive. But some of the steel, of course, you know, I had to pay money for it at one time or another. Used probably a different project. So I probably really have maybe 40 or 50, maybe $65 in it with the paint. 80 maybe with the paint. It's pretty level. It's good enough. Now this is 12 by 12. So right to here is 1.3 cubic foot. And I'll probably put some marks for 1 cubic foot. I don't think I'll make a 0.75 cubic foot, but you never know. Just put 3 little feet on it just to keep it from rocking. That's 15. What we have to do is make sure our all thread clears that. The shaft I made the keyway in with a grinder. I don't let it stick out. It's just flush with that. If I let it stick out too far, it could interfere with that belt. Just has a jam nut on it. I'm gonna get that pretty tight. Okay. Now I want to make sure that clears. And it's got about a 1/4 of an inch gap. Let's tighten that up a little bit and see where it comes out. Get that level also. Now if that happens to, if I think that's too close, I'll modify this to be an inch, maybe 2 inches farther that way and give that more clearance. Now if you wanted to do an 8-inch bundle, you could loosen that up and move it in, change this rod and all of the, as long as they're 3-inch inside diameter films, you could actually wrap 8-inch bundles in here if you'd like. We'll put this together first without the film so you can see exactly what it's doing. So that piece slips on there, and this was an addition just to help it roll better. And I did the same thing on this one. Okay, That film rides between these two washers. This was the first spring. I paid $3 for $3.79 at Ace Hardware. This one was, I think that's $4.79. It's hard to tell. It's a little heavier gauge spring. It's got a little more pressure. This one, to get it to work really good, I had to really compress it. So I looked for a spring that was a little tougher. And actually, maybe a cushion spring on a garden tractor might have been the best thing to actually get. You can see the difference in these two springs. It's considerable. Maybe a third heavier. Show you just... So it's just a little piece of leather, and it's for a friction washer. And then here's my little piece that rides in the keyway. Okay, and I did machine that washer down a little bit. It was hanging up inside here a little. And then the spring rides on there. A 3/4 inch washer. And just a nut. And you can adjust the tension by turning this nut down. Let's see, there we hung up on the end of that keyway. Oh, that's why it don't want to tighten. There's no spool holding it back. So I bottomed out the washer on the keyway. Okay, but I wanted you to see that without the spool on there. I don't know which way the shrink wrap is supposed to go. Whether it's feet off the top or feet off the bottom. I don't know that it makes a lot of difference, but there we go. Okay, I think I'm going to do the rough side. I'm not sure which side's going to turn. Maybe we'll do it that way. And the key, spring, So what I'm looking at, while this turns, it's going to be wearing on that nut. And I just wonder if I ought to put a washer on there. Give it a bigger surface. I guess it's still just going to wear on the nut, but it wouldn't wear that piece out. But if it does, I can weld it up and machine it. We'll keep tightening that up here. This 3/4 nut's 1 1/8 inches. I don't want it to break the shrink wrap, but I want it to be pretty tight. Oh, that's getting there. We'll go a little tighter yet. That's pretty tight. I don't think I'm going to get much tighter than that. And this, if it's balanced right, stays out of the way. I know that's a big complaint of the Omnish bundler, is the counterweight wants to bring it back. But I think the motor and the belt help that. That and just the nature of this being tight when it goes around. But after we do 500 bundles, that might change. I have a half a face cord loaded on my face cord bucket. I think we'll drive the tractor in here and we'll make up some bundles. That's the very first bundle this machine ever made. So hopefully it'll still work. This is a little air pressure foot switch. Runs that motor. You know, it seems like it's going pretty fast, but I think you'll get used to it. It's like with everything, every piece of equipment you ever run, the first day you get on it, it seems really fast. And then after a week, you think, come on, you slow son of a gun. So I think the speed of the wrapper will be okay. Let's make a bundle. This is a face cord bucket. 2 rows even is 1 face cord, 1/3 of a full cord. And in other parts of the country they call it different things, but Colorado, that's a half a face cord, the whole bucket, 1 face cord. 3 face cords equals a full cord, which is my dump trailer heaped. This is aspen and pine. Locally sourced wood. This particular wood comes from around Rifle, Colorado. Some of these are pretty big, and I think it's okay. A lot of this wood's going to campers. They camp up above our place on BLM property. I think the bigger bundle's fine. Bigger wood. Well, let's see how it works. Might be too tight. We'll see. I'm going to do with my big wrench. Everything has to be tuned in until you really do stuff a few times. It's hard to say where it needs to go. And I guess those guys on TV do it like this. Pretty good bundle, good little airspace in it. I did watch a guy on TV do it like this. And then not even hold it. That didn't work. Paint's a little sticky. Your old gloves are right there. You're being filmed.
Okay.
Say hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, Brandy, what are you doing? Hi. Whoa. Okay.
You probably know more what you need than what I know.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Got a skinny one? So I like this bundler because you can get beside it, you can get right up to it, you can lift it, you're not reaching over a bunch of stuff. I kind of thought about that when I built it. I watched how other people were doing it and thought, I think I can build it better. And I believe it is better than some I've seen. On YouTube. I've never seen another bundler besides this one. So don't have a lot of experience with bundlers. I think that's good. They're odd-shaped wood. This one. Find a little bit more wood.
Yeah, or count the stack. I mean, what's there? Or what do you want to do?
Okay, we'll just count. We'll call it good.
Count them. Over there, count them.
Yeah, let's count them while we load them.
Oh,
Okay. Take these down and put them in our stand.
Just a minute, girlfriend, get back.
This is exactly 1/2 of a face cord.
Are you counting?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're heavy. 11. Look at the first one. 12. 13. 14. 14 bundles. We sell these bundles for $10 a piece. There is a little bit left, but we were a little higher than 1/2 a face cord. So 14 at 10, $140 for 1/2 a face cord. That's $280 a face cord. I think that's pretty good money. It's really 180 more than delivering it a face cord. So good enough for us. Hey, thanks for watching Papa John's World, and let me know what you think about the bundler in the comments. I try to answer all my comments. It's important to me to hear from you guys, and I sure appreciate it. I know it takes some time, but please like and share the videos, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We'll keep doing some other videos like this. We want to also do a face cord challenge just to see how our box store splitter with a few improvements compares to some of the higher price splitters. I think that'll probably be the next video we put out. We'll be bucking some logs and then splitting, and we're going to split right into this face cord bucket and see exactly how long it takes us, me and Grandma, to split and Grandma to stack one face cord. That should be fun. Okay, well, like always, build what you need, don't go in debt, and be safe.